Now from the windy city of Chicago, baseball from beautiful Wrigley Field. It's the first game of the month of July between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Chicago Cubs. It's going to be a premier pitching matchup. Two of the league's hardest throwers go head-to-head next. Robert De Los Santos is the man on the mound for the fourth game of the series. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, this guy is one of the better pitchers in the league, and one stat that jumps out, take a look at that strikeout to walk ratio. That's about as good as it gets. And look for him to dominate in this one.
Digging in, Fernando Maraville. He will lead this one off today.
Milwaukee, the second baseman.
Strike taken. Good pitch on the lower part of the zone. Dan, D-Row, the Cubs, as they take the field here this afternoon. They dropped another one last time out, and in fact, they've won just twice in their last 8 tries.
Yeah, Matty, taking a look at the standings right here, this team has a nice lead, comfortable. You always want to find yourself in a position where you're about 5 to 9 games, got the advantage. One series isn't going to totally kill you in the standings, and this team's sitting pretty right now.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Line toward right center. But this will not elude the right fielder's grasp as he ranges over to handle it for the first out. With that, here's a look at the Brewers' starting lineup. D-Row, how do they lock up a series victory here on the road?
Yeah, Matty, the one thing that jumps out at me is the fact that this team just does not drive the baseball. Last in slugging percentage. You can chalk a little bit of it up to their ballpark, but the bottom line is this will eventually catch up with them. They have to work better counts and at least try to create some havoc offensively.
2 balls and no strikes. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Too tight with that one. 3-0. And he lays off here, ball 4, and he'll become the game's first base runner here with 1 away. First offering on its way. A ball and no strikes.
Adjusted.
Left side. Laid off the bender there, but it's in for a called strike. In the dirt, and now let's see. And he'll just beat the throw to second. He's in there. And forget about the double play now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch. Hot shot to third. Barreto is up with it. Early lead if he can come through here. 1-0 the count. Hard hit ball to second. Beautiful diving stop. The throw in time. That was exceptional. He got next for Milwaukee, Chad McAllister, as it'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up to kick off the second inning. Well, fans of good pitching are in for a treat today. What can we expect from today's matchup, guys?
I know everyone loves the long ball, Matty, but this is why I pay the price of a ticket right here. 2 of the game's best, 2 of the hardest throwers competing at the top of their game. Dan, you have to love this stuff.
You know, D-Row, we thought coming into this one it was going to be a low-scoring affair. Both of these pitchers look like they're locked in early, and runs are going to be really difficult to come by.
Okay, here's how the Cubbies are lining up defensively. And, guys, the thing I want you to take a look at today is in today's game, the new age, everyone wants to move around. This manager does not like to shift a lot. Maybe a step to your right or left, but there's a lot of trust that the pitchers are going to execute. So let's see how it works out for them in this one.
Now a changeup, but it misses just a little below the zone. And that one misses badly. It's ball 2. The 2-1 home is in there for the second strike. That fastball was a lively one. You could hear the pop of the glove all the way up here.
Yeah, nothing better, huh, guys? I guess maybe the crack of the bat, but I'm not as partial to that as most people. He looks good and loose out there to start this one.
Now a swing and a miss. He struck him out, and it's 2 up, 2 down to start the second. Coming to the plate now, Kyle Robles, hitting just a bit over the Mendoza line on the year. Checks his swing, but this pitch is right there for strike 1. behind 0-2 now. Still looking for our first hit in the ball game. Frozen on strike 3 for the final out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Milwaukee. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Up next is Danny Jansen. He'll step in to lead it off in the top of the third.
Number 12.
And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball 1. The 1-1 is strike 2 swinging.
Yeah, Matty, not only is this guy using all 4 quadrants, he's elevating, getting their eye level up with a quality fastball.
Hit down the third baseline. Here's another 1-2. Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball. Now a breaking ball, but it's low.
You can bet they love ball 4 here. That gives the pitcher on deck an obvious bunt situation to move the runner into scoring position.
And he lays off there, ball 4. So the leadoff man is on here to begin inning number 3. And they'll pitcher squaring around as he puts this one down. To second for 1. On to first, but not in time as he's in there ahead of the throw. Digging in now for the Brewers, Fernando Maraville. In there, 0-1. Maraville can be considered a bit of a one-dimensional hitter, I guess, in terms of making contact. He tends to see the ball out of right-handed pitchers' hands well, but doesn't seem to pick up the left-handers at the same level. 1-2 now.
When you have 2 strikes on you, as a hitter, if you get something that you can handle, you have to find a way to do some damage with it. That was a missed opportunity.
Liner towards second, but this is hauled in by the second baseman. Now at the plate, Byron Irvin. He drew a walk his first time up.
Byron Irvin.
Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he's in trouble now. 0-2.
He's attacking this hitter a lot more aggressively than he did the first time when he faced him and issued a walk, coming right after him here.
And this is pulled foul as he was way out in front there. Both teams so far yet to crack the hit column. Hard hit ball to second. That's a hit, the first of the game for Milwaukee. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Well, that's just a case, D-Roll. You got to make a little bit better pitches with 2 strikes. Jumps ahead 0-2, and then a couple of foul balls, and on pitch number 5, he squares one up for a base hit.
Yeah, I can't tell you how nice that feels right there. You battle to get and count leverage and fight to get your ace swing off. 0-2, you're almost turned around walking back to your dugout, so that's a nice piece of hit.
And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Definitely a big pitch coming up right here. He's going to be pumped if he can work his way out of this inning with the game still tied.
Struck him out, so they work out of the jam as he strands 2 men in scoring position. In now, Robert De Los Santos. He'll get to take his first cuts here.
Robert De Los Santos.
High in the air into shallow left center. Calling for it, Baroa. And that's the first out of the inning. Ready for another chance? Ricky Oaks. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs. But it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
Lays off that time, and it's 1-2.
You know, Matty, I'm not surprised by that pitch. Raise the eye level a little bit. Maybe we get something bouncing in the dirt right here.
Boy, good cutting action to that pitch as that's the first out of the inning. Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season. And as you see, he's up near the top, currently tied for second in that category in the National League. Line toward right center. That's his first base hit, making 1 for 2 now.
We take a look at the numbers up to this point. You see he's only given up 2 hits so far today, so he's been hitting his spots all game long. Remains to be seen if he can keep that shutout intact going forward, but I'm not betting against him.
He's 0 for 1 thus far. Hit ground to the right. And a backhanded reach at first, but he can't flag it down.
Boy, that's one of the, I guess, the advantages of hitting with that hole between first and second base, D-Row. First baseman has to hold that runner on. That leaves that right side wide open.
Yeah, and credit the batter right there. Nice piece of hitting right there. Not trying to do too much. He took a look at the defense and saw where it was aligned and tried to beat him.
A ball and a strike now. Cutter misses, and it's 3-1. Check that 2-1.
Well, I know the last thing he wants to do is load the bases right here, so the pressure is on right now to get back in the strike zone.
Here now the 2-2. He swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. Into the box, Danny Jansen. He drew a base on balls his first time up. Ball 1 to start the at-bat. Now the 1-0. Yanked on the ground down the line. McAllister at second. Ayala at first. 2 out in the inning. Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes now. The count is 2-2 to the Brewers catcher. Breaking pitch, and this bounces in front of the catcher.
I don't think he can afford another base runner here, so whatever pitch he feels best about, whichever one he feels most comfortable with, that's the one I expect him to turn to.
There's ball 4. So now the Brewers pitcher, Freddie Marino, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Ready with the 0-1. Strike 2 called on the inner half. 0-2 now.
That's back-to-back pitches taken for strikes. Puts himself in a bad.
Meanwhile, this ball gets down. It's a base hit. 1 run is scored. And they're not going to get him as he's in there to score.
Boy, that's a big swing of the bat right there by the pitcher, D-Row, that ties this thing up.
You want to talk about frustrating, Dan. From a position player standpoint, we know how hard it is to get knocks in this game. And to watch the pitcher drive in 2 to tie this one up, frustrating.
Ripped down the first base line, but a foul ball. 1-2 the count now. Belted high in the air out to left. Cortez racing back off the alley.